Alright, this is 5.2, finding the mean, variance, standard deviation, and expected value of a probability distribution. Alright, this is part 1. I'm going to spend a little bit more time talking about expected value in the second video, but what you need to get out of this is the expected value of your probability is equal to the mean. Okay, they're the same thing, you find them in the same way. Now, I'm not going to be bothered to do this calculation by hand. The calculator is going to do this. So, what you need to do is take the numeric value of your outcomes. Remember how in the last video I emphasized 0 head, 1 head, 2 head, or 3 heads, and I'm going to store that to L1. Similarly, I'm going to take the probability of each of my outcomes, and I'm going to store that to L2. Then I'm just going to do a weighted mean. Actually, I'm just going to use the 1 var statistics on the calculator, and it's going to spit out my information. In other words, I'm going to go to my calculator. I'm going to do 1 var statistics L1, L2. Now remember, if you have one of the newer calculators, it'll give you a drop-down menu. L1 is going to be your class list, and L2 will be your frequencies, which is the relative frequencies in this case. So when you do this, you're going to get that list of information like we did earlier in the book, and your mean is going to be your mean. Now, for your variance and your standard deviation, remember what it's giving you is going to be S sub x versus sigma sub x. We want to use sigma sub x for our standard deviation, and then we want to square it by hand to get our variance. The reason we're using the population is because we have all possible outcomes listed off. It's not a sample that we're using. It's the complete probability distribution we're using. So use the sigmas, not the S. Alright, I'm going to talk about expected values in the next video, and this is the one which is going to help us with expected values in the next one. Like I said, this is the one that's going to help us with doing the lottery games in this section.